And we're live. We're alive. Coach J. Silvian here. Welcome po sa Mondays with Coach JC. And today, in this episode, we are going to talk about how to turn your passion into profit. And my special guest, walang iba kundi si Kirby Llaban. He's an author, speaker, content creator. He's helping me also in my journey. He's the founder of Fired Up University. Maya-mayang konti, we're gonna have him in our conversation. So thank you po for joining us. Again, Coach JC Libian here, welcoming you. I always do this every Monday, and that's between 9:30 to at least 10:30 at the most. No, so to those of you who are joining us, I'm sure there are people that will be joining us live. There are people that will be joining us on Team Replay. So feel free to share the conversation, tag your friends, and be a blessing as well. So maraming salamat po. At least, no, every Monday, we want to just add value. So join us in the conversation. Let me know where are you from. At ayan, sa kwentuhan natin, no, type your insights. Kung may mga ideas kayo, at least it won't just be one-sided na ako or with my guest. Pero kayo rin po, your wisdom, no, your experience is valuable. Kaya we want to welcome that as well. If you have any ideas, if there are some reactions, feel free, no, to share there as well in the chat box. So at least this will be a dialogue. Of course, there are moments that talagang will engage you. There are also moments wherein we'll just be giving content. So anyhow, no, you'll definitely take advantage of what we have right now. So just before we hit the countdown and a quick video, and before we begin, maglalambing po ako sa inyo, no? Sabi nga nila, sharing is caring. So I'm now in my Facebook page, Coach J. Silibiran. We're being broadcast as well in YouTube, Coach J. Silibiran, and then at the same time in our exclusive Facebook group, which is the Inspirepreneurs. So ako, ang lambing ko po sa inyo, if you are in Facebook page, Coach J. Silibiran, or inside the group, just tag your friends and be a blessing. So I'm now gonna share it, no? Para at least there are people that will also benefit from this conversation. At maraming salamat po. Yan. Usapang passion. At hindi lang puro passion, pero that also includes how will you be able to, share this and be a blessing as well. Ayan, thank you for sharing it. I'm seeing here some friends of ours, no? Ayan, MG, maraming salamat. Hi, Maricar. And there's still other people who are joining us. So mamaya, we'll do some shout outs. But for now, feel free po, no, to tag your friends. Maraming salamat po. All right. Right now, no, of course, since we are home set up po, yung kapitbahay natin, no, halimbawa, mayroon talagang sa mga Zoom meetings, no, tilaok ng manok, merong tumatahol na aso. Nako, welcome na po yan. Kasama talaga yan. Kasi ang isipin mo na lang, kaya sila maingay kasi chini-cheer ka nila, di ba? Kaya mo yan. Go, go, go. Unless talagang meron silang meeting. Ang tawag raw po sa meeting ng maraming aso, association. No? So, anyways, kidding aside, ayan, hello, Maricar, thank you. Yes, same here, no? Kaya nga, we have gone online as well. Sige, so, ayan po, hopefully you're able now to share our Facebook Live, at least just before we jump into our session. The more, the merrier. And again, ang pag-uusapan po natin ay usapang turning your passion into profit. Yan. Thank you. Of course, our special guest, no, Kirby, has already shared as well itong ating live. At sa mga kasama natin, maraming salamat din po. Thank you, thank you. Let me share it as well on my end. Ayan. At least habang share ko, share nyo rin po. Thank you. Yay. Ayan. Come and join us. Yun. I think we're good. Thank you, thank you. All right. So, muli, Coach JC Libian here. Welcome to Mondays with Coach JC. So, if you are seeing me for the first time, again, I just go live every Monday just to add value. And what I do is I help aspiring content creators, aspiring creative entrepreneurs, no, to develop, no, discover, develop, and deliver their genius to become a force for good. And Mondays with Coach JC is just one of those initiatives, no. At least alam natin someone somewhere out there definitely will have an opportunity, no, na ma-add yung value, pero it's something that will have a ripple effect para sa ibang tao. I also want to do a shout out to those of you who are part of the Inspirepreneur movement o kaya naman kayo ay bahagi po, no, ng inner circle. So shout out sa inyo at ayan, mamaya I'll share more on that, baka may mga questions tayo. So Inspirepreneurs are anyone in the business of inspiring people, and most especially to people who have pivoted and ayan, nag-adapt, no, in bringing their brand, their business online. So if you have any questions, concern, if you want to engage with me, again, I'm seen in this platform. So Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at Coach J. Silbiran, or even check out as well yung ating mga short messages at mga good vibes, no, at hello sa Coach JC, at hello Coach JC sa TikTok. Out na rin po sa Spotify and Anchor.fm ang ating episodes, no? For the Inspirepreneur podcast, and this one was with Elaine. Looking forward, no? May mga updated po tayo na podcast, and just letting you know that we update it every Thursday, no? Ayan po yung pinaka-recent. It's how to turn your obstacle into opportunities. And if I may quote, sabi dito, nung nalaman ko na maraming opportunities ang nag-cancel, nalungkot ako. I got worried and I got afraid because hindi ko alam kung makakabalik pa ulit sa dati. I just have to feel this, but I know na it was not the end for me. So at least just a sneak preview, no, of what's in store for this podcast. So bisitahin niyo po Spotify or Anchor.fm. Marami pa po mga other shows, no, but I don't have the details, or I don't want to kumbaga give you all the details. Basta every Sundays, no, may mga feast, may feast tayo, and you can just check it out, no, in my pages, no. Tuesdays meron tayong Better Together. Kapag Wednesdays naman, we have online shows as well. So just check it out. We always update it naman, no, dito sa page natin. Kaya at least alam natin tuloy-tuloy yung inspiration, and us uplifting each other. There's an upcoming big event as well that you might want to really consider to join. No? Ito pong ating Feast Conference, no? November 19, 20 to 21. And for more details, just check out Facebook page ng Feast Conference, o kaya naman ang kanilang Facebook page ng Feast Conference. And we're really excited for it. No? Ayan, ilang linggo na lang, no? At magkikita at magkakasama na po tayo dyan. If you are into online streaming and you are subscribed to Netflix, no, please do watch, no, Tony Robbins, I'm Not Your Guru. I had a recent virtual party, no, with Tony Robbins and Sage, no, kanyang wife, and it's a celebration, no, of the success and transformation that happened during that time, no. So feel free, if you have that, watch it. At sobrang powerful po, no, yung message niya, most especially, no, if you are going through crisis. And ayan, isa sa mga magandang quote doon is, our entire life changes in a moment, and it's really possible. Now, I want to give you a heads up na may mga virtual events po si Tony Robbins, and I'm actually connected, no, to the community. So just in case you're interested as well, feel free to message me. There's an upcoming event that I'm excited for January. That's the Business Mastery Virtual. So that's an experience with him, 5 days talagang well immersed, no, immersion talaga with the whole team. So ayan, kung may mga ilan sa inyo na excited to jump into that, maybe after watching the I'm Not Your Guru, feel free, no, to connect with me. All right, I think that's about it. So just before I bring our special guest, at least done na ako with the mga updates, reminders, resources. Ito yung napag-usapan natin last Monday. And the topic is on how to transform your weakness into strength. I won't be able to give all the, pointers on that, but just want to let you know, kakatapos lang po ng Strengths Philippines Conference, and I was able to attend there. Ang pinakamahalaga talaga is that you identify yung iyong kahinaan, pero you don't end there, no? You don't stop there, no? Ang gawin mo is you want to focus and really develop your strengths. Kasi sayang naman, no? Binigyan tayo ng pagkakataong mabuhay, pero 'di ba? Iba lang ang sa ibang tao lang, yung na-maximize sila yung kanilang kalakasan. And tonight, no, that's the reason why I'm tapping my friends, no, in my network, in my circle, is because I really look up to them. They're able to really focus and use and even maximize yung strengths nila. Kaya yun, ang encouragement ko sa inyo, dapat hindi iilan lang ang malakas or sakalam, no? Kayo rin po ay merong strengths. And whatever weaknesses that you have, yes, you can know more about it, pero maganda rin i-delegate mo. Kaya maganda rin, no, if you are building something, a business, a brand, an advocacy, you surround yourself, no, with a team, because definitely that will really take you to the next level. Mag-scale up ka. Yan. Sige, let me just quickly check, no, people who are joining us right now. And ang question pala natin ito, just to get the ball rolling, and then habang kami ay nagkikwentuhan dito ng ating special guest, ayan, we want to hear from you. What are you passionate about? Ayan. and how are you able to monetize it? Ayan. So, excited ako kasi, ayan, just showing to you now, no? Our topic is on how to turn your passion into profit. So, una muna, ano ba yung bagay na enjoy ka na ginagawa, no? You're passionate about it. Yung talagang nandun yung giggle, nandun yung kilig, no? Syempre maganda 'yan, pero maganda balansehin natin, practical tayo ngayon. How are you also able now to monetize it or turn that passion into profit? So hopefully, well, mamaya during our breather, we will engage with you with our special guests and let us know because I'm sure kami will be able to share something with you pero kayo rin po may babahagi din. All right? Sige, ayan. I think we're good to go. Sige, everyone take a deep breath. Inhale, exhale. And feel free to get a cup of water or maybe your coffee, your tea. Inom-inom rin, no? Para at least keep yourself hydrated as we have this conversation. Inom muna ako. And feel free to have yours as well. All right. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. May mga bumabate. So, good, good. So blessed, no? In fact, on a personal note, before I introduce itong ating special guest natin, no, for tonight, no, letting you know na, ayan, last time, ako yung special guest niya sa kanyang show, no, the Fired Up Life show. And we had that huddle session. How do you find your purpose? No, if you want to catch that episode, which is really beautiful, very powerful, very practical, eto, I'm gonna share the link. No, I just got it from his Facebook page earlier. Let me show that as well here. Ayan. This is the link. So maybe after nitong conversation namin, if you want more of that, but this time sa show naman ng ating special guest, then feel free to check out itong link that I have provided to you. All right. Thank you. Sige. With that, let me now introduce our special guest. Nako, sobrang blessed na blessed ako dito. When he said yes, no? Kumbaga parang tulungan talaga eh during this time and maybe that's also something that you want to also recognize, no? Na wag niyo pong isipin na we are in competition. Actually, we are capable of supporting each other and doing collaborations, no, with the people around us. Kaya kapag meron kang mga nakikita na talagang sobrang nagwo-work, sobrang galing, maybe that's something that you want now to consider, no? Uh, yung mga taong hinahangaan mo, wag mo lang sabihin ang galing nila. Baka may pagkakataon na matuto ka rin sa kanila. So, let me now introduce our special guest. Ayan. Tamang-tama po. Yes, teka, hold on. I'm just checking here on my end. Just to double check. There are still people who are giving comments. Sige. O, tuloy lang natin, no? Sige. Thank you. All right, everyone take a deep breath. Inhale, exhale. Yay! Thank you so much, no, for joining us again in this episode. And what a joy to have this special guest of ours in this episode at pag-uusapan natin how to turn your passion into profit. And our special guest, letting you know, siya po ay isa sa mga taong I look up to. Bakit? He's been consistent and is actually helping a lot of inspirepreneurs, no, in my 'di ba yun ang tawag ko eh, to those people who are in the business of inspiring people. Most especially with this movement, no? The Fired Up Life, no? And tama-tama, he's the creator of the Fired Up Life, author of two books, namely The Fired Up Life and the 365 Fired Up Days. At siya rin po ay founder of the Fired Up University. And that's where I'm actually continuously learning and growing. And I'm so blessed with this person because during the time po na ako rin ay groping in the dark, isa sa mga tao nag-cheer sa akin at nag-encourage sa akin. Lalong-lalo na, no, right after the Grow Beyond Crisis Online Charity Summit, no, he sent me that Groot, no, na Marvel character just to signify na talagang, ayan, you really paved the way for people to grow and to continue to contribute during the pandemic. No, let us now welcome, no, our special guest, Kirby Llaban. Kirby,
Hey, JP, what's up? What's up?
wow,
Thanks for
thank
having
you.
me here.
Maraming salamat rin, brother. And I know that you've been a blessing to many people. Isa na ako doon. In fact, that's the reason why I continue to create. I continue to take this path kahit na alam kong mahirap, no? Because you're one of the person who has been consistent, committed, no? And in fact, never ending when it comes to constantly learning, no? And implementing. Siguro ang magandang bungad ko kagad sa'yo, brother, bakit mo ginagawa itong mga 'to? Ba't patuloy ka 'no, sa iyong, journey in terms of this movement called the Fired Up Life?
Yeah, I've always wanted to make a difference in the world. In fact, when I graduated college, nag-missionary agad ako, no? I answered the call to be a full-time Catholic missionary. And I did that for 16 years. And I've always followed the path of purpose. I've always followed the path of living a meaningful life. And later on, I got married, no? And had 4 children, or I have 4 children right now. And that was the point where I would think, okay, kaya ko ba silang tustusan sa aking missionary stipend? No? Am I
Hmm,
gonna be able to become a good father, no, if I continue what I'm doing? So I realized I could be a missionary in another way. And with that in mind, sabi ko, baka pwede akong maging missionary na entrepreneur. Okay. So
wow.
I wanted to follow the path of purpose. But sabi ko, okay, my purpose, pero I also want to do my passion. And my passion, no, is something that I really, contemplated on through a retreat. Ano ba talaga ang passion
Yes.
ko? Kasi I like a lot of things. And later on, I realized that my passion is speaking. I love to
Hmm,
speak to crowds. I love to speak to people. I love inspiring them. No, of course, it's the Holy Spirit that inspires the people. But
mm.
I love being used by God to as a channel. So sabi ko, sige, that would be my passion, speaking. And therefore, sabi ko, ano bang mga pwedeng pagkakitaan ng isang speaker? No, a person who likes to talk, a person who likes to share their convictions. Automatically, naisip ko, why don't I give talks to companies? Ayan, no? So,
Yes.
ganun nagsimula. Diyan lang, JC, na hinanapan ko lang ng connect yung aking passion to something that is profitable, that is gonna bless my family.
Grabe. I love that, no? And most especially, when when you said na yung palang speaking, kumbaga ang naalala ko diyan, 'di ba? Laway lang ang puhunan. Totoo talaga, no? Na puwede pala talagang pagkakitaan, no? And in this case, you're enjoying doing it, but at the same time, binalanse mo rin siya because you have a family to support, no? Thank you, no, because that's an encouragement, no, to people na pwede naman pala, no, na isang bagay na enjoy kang gawin, pwede mo rin talaga maging hanap buhay, no, because Kirby, I'm sure there's a lot of people that will catch this episode hanggang ngayon, no, maaring regardless kung anong edad nila, where they are right now in their journey, they're still clueless, no, paano, ano bang silbi ko, ano bang purpose ko, tapos ano ba yung passion ko. I'm sure, no? Maraming mga ganyang tanong, and that's the reason why gusto-gusto ko 'tong pag-uusapan natin because I know you as one of the most passionate person, no? Na talagang tuloy-tuloy lang kahit na ito challenging. In fact, just before we even jump into this, no, you came from a masterclass, no, in your university, the Fired Up University. So ako parang curious lang ako, before we really jump into our questions. Saan mo inuugot yung lakas mo? Di ka ba
Well,
napapagod?
definitely. No, definitely it comes from a place of prayer. I believe that motivation comes from deep down, no, in our spirituality. Marami naman
Mm.
yung perspective psychologically, you get pumped up. No, these are all factors, but for me personally, that spiritual source, no, which is God, no. Kasi if you tap on other sources, as I would see it, parang kakapusin, no. Pero kung
Mm.
galing sa Diyos, ay there is that power na in your mind you also know, or at least I also know, that I'm getting this yung hindi nauubos na fire, no. It's
Yes.
like a fire that cannot be put out, no? And that is the Holy Spirit. And doon ako nagla-latch on, JC. It's not
Mm.
that I don't get tired at all. I also get tired. I also get burned out, no. I feel that I'm human, pero I always find a way to recover. So no one's exempt
Mm.
naman from getting tired and burned out and feeling sad at times or questioning their direction. I go through that as well, no, from time to time. But I also see that as a signal, JC, na
Hmm.
pag dumadaan ako sa mga pagod, tiredness, burnout,
Hmm.
I feel like I'm in on a transition. No, may bagong
Ah.
pinapagawa sa akin. Ang ibig lang sabihin nun, yung dati kong pinupursue, na-exhaust ko na siya. No? At
Okay.
may bago ng pinapagawa ang Diyos para sa akin, or may bago ng expression dapat na akong i-share sa mundo. No? So that's what I experienced, kasi I do my shows every Tuesdays and Thursdays. And after about 2 or 3 months, parang napapagod ako. And
Hmm.
akala ko yun na yung end. No? Ayun pala, I just have to reformat it. I just have to discover new things.
Oh.
I have to read more books. I have to get more inspirations. Ibig sabihin nun, meron lang ibang expressions na dapat nating gawin. No,
Mm.
at least on my end, no, at least on my experience. Baka iba din sa iba, pero if you ask me, where do I get the strength? From God. Second, it's
Hmm.
really from my family also, because they keep on
Kirby,
inspiring me,
can
pushing
you
me.
repeat that again? What's the first source ng pinanggagalingan ng strength mo? Go
Well,
ahead.
first source, si God, no? Through
Okay.
a time of prayer, kasi na train ako batang-bata pa lang through Youth for Christ na to have at least 15 minutes a day for prayer, and it's part of our covenant. At nadala ko na din 'yan, no, nung tumanda na ako ngayon.
Hmm.
And second is really my family. Kasi this is what I do all this difficult stuff for, no, yung talagang to be consistent. And I think of ideas, think of products, I think of
Hmm.
courses, and I do it for my family because I want to become the best provider possible for my wife and for children. Ayan, no, and
Hmm.
maybe
Ganda.
the third, yeah, the third would be, it's because of the people I'm trying to help. Kasi business, no, talking about passion to profit, it's really about deciding who you want to help. I'm also there for them.
Yes.
They also give me the strength, the energy, the power to be able to serve them as much as I could.
Kaya talagang fired up na fired up. I love that. I love that imagery of the fire na hindi nawawala, no? At you said na talagang it comes from God, and then ito ang family mo at ito mga taong pinaglilingkuran mo, no? So, thank you for reminding because ako personally, napapagod rin ako, no, sa mga activities, sa mga ginagawa. Pero when you go back to your purpose, when you go back to your anchors, ayan, you are now reminded, no, na ayun, baka kailangan lang step back ng konti, tweak a little bit, innovate, and then tuloy-tuloy ulit. Kasi again, this is not just for us, no? Merong mas magandang dahilan na ginagawa tayo. Kaya alam mo, Kirby, tamang-tama itong first question natin eh. Why is it important, no, na i-turn natin tong passion natin into profit? Most especially in your case, no? Parang baka mamaya, paano na yan na-connect yung missionary siya, tapos speaking, tapos pinagkakakitaan niya. Hindi ba parang medyo hiwalay yon? Okay lang ba na talagang pagkakitaan mo yung what you're passionate about?
That would be the best scenario for anybody. I would compare it to a basketball player.
Hmm.
Grabe, no? They're being paid for playing the game. The game that they
Yes.
love so much, no? So pag yung ginagawa ko, iniisip ko lang parang akong basketball player. I'm getting paid for doing what I love. No? So that would be the best possible scenario for anybody, di ba? But I'm not saying that it's for everybody. Not everyone has that
Hmm.
opportunity. Not everyone has that sabi nating patience and tenacity to pursue that path. It's not for everybody. Kasi sa totoo lang, the easiest would be to get employed. I mean, you
Yes.
you apply for a job, get employed. You don't have to build the business. You just have to be part of the system, and you do your best there, and you get paid. And that's great. No, you are, as long as you're able to be a good provider for your home, or as long as you're gonna be able to help other people. That's awesome, right? So I know
Hmm.
thousands of people, or in fact 90% of the people I know, are really employees of whom I really admire. And that's great as long as you're answering your vocation. But there are those who also who feel something strong inside. a
Mhm.
sense of calling, a sense of mission. And it's something that you cannot deny. You have to do this before you die. Na that kind of feeling. No? So
Oh.
yung mission driven, I think I belong to that category of those people who would really cannot sleep, unless they
Mm.
do what they feel that they're called to do on this earth. No, so
Yes.
I would be tending to go to that side. No, even as a fresh graduate before, I answered the call to missionary life. No, because I wanted to follow really my passion at that time. No,
Mm.
so right now, that's what I also do. I I follow that path because that's where my peace leads me. So
Wow.
it's not really just about uh, sige pa feel ko to eh, no? Feel ko to, so gawin ko dapat to, no? And so feel mo tapos nagugutom yung pamilya mo. So it's not enough to just be
Mm.
passionate. It's important for your family, for yourself to have that best scenario possible. But I'm saying is if hindi naman kaya, hindi naman kailangan ipilit.
Mm,
No?
yes.
Pero ganito, JC, 10 years ago, that would be crazy kasi we did not, well, maybe 20 years ago, the
Mm.
generations before us, to follow your passion would mean that you will be willing to live a life na you will not get the income that you want. No?
Mm.
Kasi wala pang internet. No, the internet
Ah.
is the game changer in all of these. Um, maybe you notice that there's so many millionaires out there naglalaro lang ng games, no?
Actually.
'Di ba? Sa YouTube, and they get millions of views. May naga-unboxing lang ng toys. Tapos
Mm.
eto na, may mansion na, no? Mga pinapanood ng mga anak ko minsan. No? So
Mm.
sabi ko, these are hindi nga passion eh, interests lang eh. No? I mean, hobby lang,
Wow.
interests. But since they are able to connect with people with a common interest, they're able to make it and really get a following. So ganun din yung passion. Um, you can connect with uh, people who are on the same boat as you, who are passionate about the same things. And if you are 5 steps ahead of them, or maybe 10 steps, then you can guide them. So that's how I see
Mm.
it. No, if that passion can help other people, and if people are willing to pay a good amount for it, then that could be a profitable path for you.
Yes, yes. I love it, no? In fact, I'm reminded as well when you were actually describing itong ang parang bakit mahalaga na i-turn mo yung passion into profit. Naalala ko yung mga parang reality shows, no? Na mga talent show, ganyan. Meron talaga very passionate na kakanta ako, no? Tapos pag narinig mo yung pagkanta, baka yung sa kanila is sa tingin lang nila. Pero kaya maganda rin na meron ring coach, merong mentor, may teacher kasi para mabalanse because there are a lot of passionate people but yun na nga, they're not able to monetize it because possibly kumbaga parang kailangan pa i-develop, no? And that's why maganda rin, no, na sa una, you're exploring it, you're trying it out. Pero when you see that it's not parang getting through, maybe it's about time as well. Pwede mong i-revisit. Ano ba ba yung things that I'm also passionate about, no? Like this pandemic, di ba? Ang daming mga dati talagang ano lang, nagtatrabaho, tapos biglang napunta sa online selling. Meron namang iba, passion lang nila na outlet expression yung arts. But eventually now, people are getting into arts and crafts, no? Kaya may mga nag-enroll o kaya may mga bumibili ng mga commission works. I want to ask now, Kirby, siguro with your experience now because you are building this movement nga, no? The Fired Up Life movement and even itong Fired Up University. Ano yung mga common na people are passionate about that you are now helping them?
Yeah, well, first, because of my circle of influence or circle of friends, people are passionate about the faith. No?
Hmm.
And they have a strong calling to spread a certain message. For example, theology of the body. No, it's like
Wow.
that's the teachings of John Paul II, and it's about chastity and purity,
Mhm.
and they're passionate about it. No, and they want to pursue it. Kaso lang, they don't know how to bring it online and
Hmm.
even how to sustain it. So I have people like them. No, there are
Hmm.
those also who are in the financial planning industry who see that there are also so many other financial planners. How do they stand out? Because they're
Yes.
passionate about helping their families and building their future, and they love to talk about finance because naging pain point din nila in the past, 'di ba? So
Hmm.
there, I help them find that niche and be able to create sort of a space for them where they can have more clients. No? So I
Wow.
really target Catholic creators and entrepreneurs. Not because I'm choosy or picky. It's because napansin ko in my journey, those are the people that I attract. No? So
Yun.
dun rin na-reveal na, okay, these people, I tend to, resonate with them, and they feel like I am helping them. So yun na, dun ako
Hmm.
nag-focus sa JC, yung sa market na yan. No?
And I agree. Kasi I personally, no, am enrolled in kasama ko, di ba? Because I'm really learning from our sessions, no? In fact, what I love about it, Kirby, is you yourself, no? You've given modules, you've led sessions, but now, you're starting also, no, to bring other faculties, no? Na iba-iba rin yung expertise. And yun na nga eh, I believe it's not the time for us to compete. Ito yung magandang pagkakataon for collaboration. And that's why yan, in some opportunity, I'm in your online show. In some opportunity, eto naman, no, magkasama tayo. And that's why we're able to co-create and bless a lot of people, no, with what we do. Now, since we're talking about ayan, how to turn passion into profit. Baka meron kang mga steps that work for you, Kirby, that you can share to the people that will catch this episode. Paano nga ba? How to turn itong passion natin into profit? And maybe you can give examples.
Yeah, I have like three ways. No? So
Okay.
ang keywords is choose, build, and share. No? Choose,
Choose, build,
build,
and
and
share.
share.
Okay.
First is choose a profitable passion. Okay? Choose a profitable passion. Now, nung nagsisimula ako sa pagturo ng passion to profit to a small group of people, the perennial problem was, what if I'm multi-passionate? What if marami akong hilig? No? Anong gagawin ko kung hindi ako maka-focus? No? So, uh, at first I thought that that's a big problem kasi multi-passionate ka. But later on I realized, just choose the passion that can give you earnings. Choose the passion that will bless your family the most. Passion mo muna din naman yan, no? It's still your passion. So, for example, me, JC, I have a lot of passions. I like to write songs. I'm a songwriter in Couples for Christ. No, that's one of my passions. Another passion, I like art. Actually, I draw a bit. No, what else? I like to write. No, I like to. I do a lot of things. No, so iba-iba yung hilig ko. Um, but yung speaking nga was the most profitable for me because I realized that companies are willing to pay a premium for inspirational speakers, 'di ba? So, yun yung inuna ko, no? You choose a profitable passion. Later on, I went into writing. Kaya lumabas na yung aking libro, The Fired Up Life. No? Kasi sabi ko, okay, this passion for writing can help in my speaking. Okay, so I went on to that later on. No. So, yung songwriting, I do it still on the side, but it's not my priority. In fact, I just do it for free, no, for people to, kasi it's praise and worship song. Eh. So, sabi
Hmm.
ko, maybe later I can create an album. No, maybe later I can put it up on Spotify. But I really had to prioritize one thing. So yun yung una. Choose
Yes.
a profitable passion. Hindi lang dahil feel mo siya, hindi lang dahil you're fired up about it, then it can be monetized right away. Kasi baka walang market for it. No?
Hmm.
Walang bibili ng passion mo. No? It's like an inventor, may in-invent siya, very passionate sa kanyang invention. Yun pala, walang market for that invention. You just invented something. No? So,
Hmm.
maraming cases na ganun, no, for people pursuing their passion without researching the if there are people who are actually looking for it. So yun yung una, no, that's the first thing that worked for me. I chose a profitable passion. Um, Second thing that I would say that worked for me is I built it day by day. No, so choose tapos build. No, build it one day at a time.
Mm.
Brick after brick. No, brick by brick. Kasi it's a gift is a day is a gift from God for us. And that
Yes.
day has its own wisdom. That day also has its own 24 hours, di ba?
Mhm.
Yan, no? Araw-araw lang. What is your current clarity? I always tell my students, what is your current clarity? Kasi a lot of people will not get into their passion kasi they want to solve everything right away. They want to figure everything out right away. They want to have a website overnight. They want to have a 40,000 following on social media overnight. They want to have their Instagram, flying, and their YouTube flying. Parang gustong
Mm.
gustong agad ma-achieve in the shortest possible time, and that's okay, except that that's not realistic, 'di ba? You have to just
Yes.
figure things out along the way. So, yung una kong binild, what JC was my website. That's where I started, no, kirbyllaban.com. Then from that website, I realized that, pwede na pala akong mag-podcast. So, nag-podcast
Mm.
ako. No? Later, I realized, pwede na pala akong mag-online course. No, so I
Wow.
created an online course product which up to now is still profitable for me. 5 years na, JC, no, and still it's creating income and profit for my family. No, yung aking speakers course kasi yun yung passion ko, di ba? So I built an online course for that. Last week lang I gave a talk to a group of people. Then towards the end of my talk, I offered it. Then they bought. No, so blessing.
Grabe.
No, you create it once, then you're gonna be blessed for the rest of your life. No, so yun yung nakita ko, no, na build it day by day lang. No? So don't be
Mm.
overwhelmed. Don't overthink. Don't get frozen. Now, if you look at my Twitter, no, at kirbyllaban.com, or even my Facebook page, fb.com/kirbyllaban, no, you'll see there my own spiritual journey in building up my passion also. A lot of them are struggles. A lot of them are my
Mm.
own problems which I thought of a solution. So yun, no? Kasi the Fired Up
Yes.
Life is a motivation platform. So it's a motivation platform. So ganyan, that's the second thing that I would say that worked for me. Araw-araw lang, brick by
Grabe.
brick. Build it, no? If you wanna create a book or publish a book, syempre di mo magagawa in a week 'yan. No, one paragraph a day lang. No? So nakadalawang
Mm.
libro na ako, no? So just by dedicating one paragraph a day, I think that's the secret lang. Take it one day at a time. The third thing that really worked for me is to share my learnings.
Yun.
Huwag maging madamot sa mga natututunan. Share, share lang, no? I go live every Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I just share everything I know. Kasi sa
Mm.
ekonomiya ngayon, no, the passion economy,
Mm.
as some people would put it, it's not about having a secret. Then you'd like, okay, itong secret na to may bayad to, no? Baliktad no?
Ah.
It's about sharing as much as you can, giving as much value as you can to the world. And of course, later on, no, because you've been sharing on social media, on Instagram, everything that's in your brain and your latest updates, later, no, they would see, hey, if you're actually offering a paid product, they would say, kung gano'n na kaganda yung free product, how much
Mm.
more for the paid product? So it
Grabe.
still benefits kasi a paid product is simply an systematic way of teaching people, na a more arranged and more deliberate, may kasamang coaching, more of a results oriented way of organizing your information. So that's how I do it. No? So ayan, so build, then sorry, you choose, then you build,
Yes.
then you share. No, so the more blessings you share to
Woo!
others, babalik din 'yan eh. No, your passion will go to the level 2 na kasi gumaling ka na sa craft mo, mag-level 3
Mm.
na yung chosen passion mo hangga't it at first it may be awkward, then later it will be automatic, So
Grabe.
ganun 'yan.
Wow! Kirby, bakit gano'n? Kinailangan ko pa at, I'm sure may mga nakaka-relate 'to. Kailangan ko pang umiyak, dumaan sa pagsubok, pero bakit gano'n, napakasimple. It's just choosing, building, and then ayan,
Sharing.
sharing, 'di ba? Ah, Parang gano'n-gano'n lang 'no, you're able to share 'no, and what I love about it is because it's coming from your experience 'no. Hindi ito yung parang ano, eh, parang ang bilis-bilis naman sinabi pero actually kung alam niyo lang po, marami ring pinagdaanan si Kirby.
Yes, yes, definitely. No, it's not all success. It's like 80% or to 90% crying,
Mm.
frustrations, disappointments, no?
Maganda
And
'yan.
I went through that, especially when I was
Yes.
transitioning from a missionary life, no, to entrepreneurial life, because 16 years I didn't know anything about business. Then suddenly I'm going into business, no? Ano bang alam ko sa mga ano na yan, mga tax, no? Anong alam ko sa
Oh,
mga business registration na yan, no? There's just so many details that dumugo talaga ilong ko, no? Learning all these things. And more than that was really that yung feeling of doubt na talaga
mm.
bang kakayanin ko to? No, am I
'Yan.
too late? Am I too late in the game? I'd rather started late in the game. 16 years ako nag-mission work, and 5 years ago lang ako nag entrepreneurship. So I went through being lost. I went through all these difficult things
Mm.
emotionally and even mentally. Ayan, no? So, but yeah, I found a way lang, no? Which I actually shared in my first book, The Fired Up Life. I created a
Yes.
blueprint for myself. I needed clarity. So I wrote down 5 things that would lead me to the path of passion. No? So first, I wrote my passion statement, then my purpose statement, vision statement. Then after vision statement, I had to be clear with my goals, and finally, having those goals, I decided what message will encapsulate all of this, which is
Grabe.
the fired up life.
Kirby, with that note, alam kong there's more that we're gonna share. Lalong-lalo na sinabi mo kanina marami kang pinagdaanan. I'm sure marami ring puwedeng hugutin na learnings diyan. We'll do a breather now 'no, at tamang-tama lang because, grabe ito palang first part natin, ano na, busog na. Ang dami nang natutunan. Thank you so much, Kirby. Sige, let's have a breather. Everyone take a deep breath. Inhale, exhale. Amazing. Whew! Thank you, Kirby. Thank you, everyone. And siguro what we can do now, Kirby, we can look into the comment section, no? Engage natin itong mga people that I'm sure ang daming mga aray, tinamaan. Let me just check quickly. Ayan. We have here people who are joining us. Ay, may bumabate. Kilala mo to. Hi!
Ayun,
O, di
number
ba?
one
Ayan ang
supporter.
inspirasyon. Ayan, may mga tinag pa. Thank you so much, Michelle. Ayan, at talagang, ayan, laban lang, no? Laban ang pag-ibig at laban ng pamilya at laban sa
Yes.
passion natin. There's another one here, si Elton. Agree. Grabe yung feeling of doubts talaga, no? Ang dami, Kirby, that instead of them continuing, naapektuhan, no? Pati yung confidence kasi yun na nga, nagbago lahat, no? Most especially during this pandemic. Someone also shared here, sobrang galing ni Lord. Listening to this live is a blessing. Salamat. So yan, nagpapasalamat, Kirby. May mga buwabate, may mga pumapalakpak, nagbibigay ng mga, ayan, emojis. Eto, kilala natin, kaibigan natin to eh.
Wow.
Di ba? Sources of
Thank you, thank
fire,
you.
God family, and people you serve. Amazing. True. Salamat, March, no? And of course, March has been a blessing as well, no? In our books, no? And ayan, even in our mga collaboration. Thank you for tagging your friends and being a blessing. Ayan, salamat sa mga bumabati. All right. Siguro quickly lang rin, I'm sure no, Kirby, there are people who also want no to get in touch with you. Kanina pinakita ko na 'yan, but I'll also share it again so that dito pa lang blessing na, di how much more, no? Feel free to invite them. First, ito yung mga Facebook, social media platforms, so, and even the website of Kirby. It's www.facebook.com/Kirby Liaban and www.kirbyliaban.com. And I believe, no, Kirby, as early as now, no, hindi natin kailangan ilagay sa huli yon. Meron kang special gift para sa kanila. Go ahead.
Yeah, you can just go to www.firedupcourses.com/fired up mindset, no? So ito yung kailangan natin eh. Hindi lang dahil we want our passions to become profitable, it starts with how we think. It starts in the mind. No, so I offer this, actually limang video yan, that would really teach you how to think like a fired up person, or how to live a fired up life. No, so mga limang P. No, you have to be potential driven, you have to be priority oriented, passionately grateful, you have to be a possibility thinker. No, those are just some of the things that you could learn from this course. So go ahead, no, just go to that, and you will see that it's free. I offer that for free to anyone who's interested in learning about the fired up life.
Amazing. You're so generous, brother. Doon pa lang sa kwentuhan natin, grabe. Di ito pa po, how much more, no? Kirby sharing with us itong kanyang fired up course, no? And I'll put that as well in the comment section. So it's a free mindset course, no? Again, please check it out, and I'm sure no ang pinaka best po na blessing ibalik at magpasalamat tayo kay Kirby as early as now. Thank you Kirby. Before we go back into our conversation, ako naman no, on my end, I just want to quickly share to them that I'm building as well itong Inspirepreneur movement nga, but this is more of the general but if you want to have an in-depth no, I do hold master classes, ayan, mastermind, and even mentoring sessions. So this one is the Inspirepreneur Inner Circle. So again, that's what I do. I look after itong mga aspiring creative entrepreneurs natin to discover, develop, and deliver their genius no to become a force for good. So, people are coming from different places, no? Kirby, yan ang nagagawa kapag online ka na, no? Not just here in the Philippines, but also all around the world. So, iba-ibang time zones po. Meron from UK, meron from Canada, meron from US, Indonesia, Australia, Abu Dhabi. So, I'm just loving it, no? Sabi nga ni Kirby, ganyan talaga kapag you're passionate about something, di ba? And you're also blessing a lot of people, maganda na tuloy-tuloy lang, no? Kahit ano pang mga discouragement or mga concerns. And this was our recent Kirby na topic. It was on purpose-driven business, how to pursue, ayan, or rediscover your passion and mission during the pandemic or even in pandemic. And hopefully, Kirby, no, one of these days, I can get to invite you kapag nag-open up yung schedule, because definitely you have so much to share. Lalo-lalo na, ayan, you're helping also a lot of content creators, no? And for those of you who want to be part of this, no, feel free to just ayan, get in touch with me at Facebook at Coach Cecil Libiran, or email, ayan, email nyo lang po, gocnbventures@gmail.com. So inquire lang, no, and you'll have the opportunity. The next one will be on November 12, and then the other one is on 26. So twice a month lang, brother, and in betweens there are mentoring and support that we do. Yun.
Awesome,
I
awesome.
I think that's about it. So, ayan, hopefully people are still giving their comments. No? May mga sharing sila. Sige, tuloy-tuloy lang po natin. But, sige, let's get back, no? Once again, take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Yay! Wow. That was a great first part, Kirby. And I'm sure, dun pa lang, so much value. But, eto tamang-tama rin. Dahil kanina, napag-usapan natin na hindi naman naging walk in the park ito. Hindi naman ganun kadali, no? Na ito na si Kirby, no? Where he is right now. Before we dig deeper on the backstory, the challenges that you went through, and even ano yung mga lessons na maaaring natutunan mo, maybe it's also good to hear ano nga ba yung mga naging rewards, blessings, ano ba yung naidulot nitong fired up life, no? And you choosing, building, and sharing on your end. Feel free to celebrate that, brother.
Yes, one of the things that I went through was Brother Bo's best-selling authors and best-selling author and speakers program. Now, I went through that.
Mm.
Now, we invested in that, and because I know that hey, I look up to this person, and I want to be doing what he's doing, someday. So,
Mm.
ayan, di ba? That's the first step, really. And there's one thing that I heard there, that your book is your business card. Your book is your
Mm.
business card. Sabi niya, the book is a gateway to bigger things. No, it's not an end in itself. So that really stuck with me, and I made it my sole goal. My one goal, focused goal, is to really come out with a book. And it's so funny
Yes.
because I was writing that book while I was doing my master's thesis. No, I was studying theology at nagkasabay yung thesis tsaka yung libro. Inuna ko yung libro.
Wow.
Inuna ko yung libro because I felt strongly that I had to finish it. So, nung lumabas yung libro, I one of our friends here, si Marjorie, really told me, Kirby, we should publish this book. And I said, yoko, yoko. I just wanted it in Amazon, as an ebook. And then she said, submit natin to sa Shepherd's Voice, publications. And you know what? Blessings upon blessings. Na-approve siya. Na-approve
Yes.
yung book. Na-shock ako.
Woo!
And in fact, the book got promoted by Brother Bo himself when we were
Hmm.
launching it. Sabi ko, grabe, this is the undeserved grace. Parang naalala ko lahat ng mga pinagdaanan kong hirap, confusion,
Hmm.
doubt, and all these things that led me to that point na napakasarap nung na-launch ko yung book. And you know what? Grabe, no, nakailang reprint din yung books and it really blessed a lot of people. So yun yung isa sa mga rewards na unang
Hmm.
nakita ko when you follow your passion, and if you choose a profitable passion, there is it will bless your family, and
Yes.
at the same time it will bless the one who bought that thing, that product. In my case,
Tama.
the book. No, nabibless sila. And the one of the better rewards pa is when you get emails or messages
Yes.
that people's lives are changed, that people's lives have found clarity and they found their faith. Grabe, hindi ko ma-explain, no? Just like this one college student who didn't know what to do with her life, and when
Hmm.
she read the book, her parents told me, nakatulong yung libro sa aking daughter. Thank you so much. Kasi
Grabe.
that's a difficult thing, when you don't know what to do with your life. Ang hirap nun,
Hmm.
no? Una, masasayang mo yung oras mo, masasayang mo yung resources, and you will not feel passionate about things that you got into, no? Parang go with the flow ka lang, no? So,
Hmm.
but when you know your passion and purpose, you become more deliberate. And that's what I taught there in the book kasi naging lost din ako. So those were the rewards, JC.
Hmm.
I could say, no, the being able to really sell something you're passionate about, the book in my case, the
Hmm.
reward of being able to help the people that you're trying to serve, and the reward of blessing your family. Yun naman sa akin, no, para sa akin, you can do anything in this world, in this life, pero yung non-negotiable talaga is to be that person God has called you to be first and foremost. With in my case, to be a father and a husband. So I wanted to
Yes.
do good at that. No, so I'm not saying na super successful na ako kasi
Hmm. Hmm.
actually ano din yan John Maxwell would say that it's a destination disease na yung
Hmm.
okay naabot mo na then you're already successful, then ano ka na degrade na, no, yung goals
Hmm.
mo, no, kasi you feel like you're there, but it's always a continuous improvement for me.
Yes, yes. And I love it, no? Because kahit kanina pa in our conversation, hindi pa pwedeng mawawala lagi, no, yung importance ng family. This is tama, no? Achievement 'yan eh. Unlock na nakapag-publish ka ng book tapos ang daming mga messages coming from people, testimonials that are really blessed by what you've created. Pero tama, no? Ang balik mo pa rin talaga sa pamilya mo. And I want now to get personal. I want to ask Kirby, how was that, no? For the family. Ito mga breakthroughs mo, not just publishing the book, but ayan, you're able to put up courses, you're able now to look after people, and kamusta si Michelle, kamusta yung mga anak mo? What are their like words to you, no? With all these things that you're doing.
Yeah, my daughter was a witness to my difficult times, no? And you know what, she dreamt about something, no? She envisioned
Mm.
something na umaakyat daw ako ng bundok, tapos merong eagle na umiikot, no, tapos may
Mm.
gutay-gutay daw ako, no, gutay-gutay,
Mm.
tapos may umiikot na eagle na nag-encourage sa akin on that journey. And my daughter was what, 8 years old at that time, si Caitlin.
Mm.
And that really lifted me up, no. She just had that vision or maybe dream, no, and she just shared that to us. And that gave me the impetus, no? That gave me the motivation to strive. And I felt
Mm.
like maybe that was God's way of telling me, tuloy mo yan, no? Push mo yan.
Yes.
And alala ko sina Saint Paul na who got shipwrecked, who got beaten up and
Mhm.
jailed. Parang mas matindi ang mga pinagdaanan nito, just to answer God's calling for them. Ito namang ginagawa ko, I believe it's God's calling for me. That's why I really press on. No? More than
Yes.
it being a passion, it's for me, it's a calling. And at the same time, when you're passionate about something, you are willing to go through the passion. Okay? Yung the
Mm.
passion of Christ. Typically, yung
Yes.
paghihirap talaga. Na hindi naman all bed of roses. No?
Yes.
It's also difficult to pursue one's passion. But since you love it, then you're willing to go through anything. You'll
Mm.
not stop until you succeed. At ganun yung naging attitude ko. I'll not stop until I succeed. Kasi 'di ba, failure naman, true failure really happens when you just stop,
Mm.
when you quit. Pero if you don't quit, you just keep at it, darating din ang panahon na you'll get to your goal and you'll say, yes, naabot natin. No? So,
Yes, yes.
yeah, my wife's just so amazing. She just supports me in these things. At ang amazing thing actually is the risk that we take. Uh,
Mm.
the risk that we take. Yeah, we've had a lot of help. No, we've had a lot of help from friends, from community in Couples for Christ. We've had a lot of people who really saw that what we're doing is important, and they supported us. They cheered us on. No, they gave us their connections, yung mga
Mhm.
businesses, no, that could be potential clients of mine. So I could say, um, true success is acknowledging the help that people gave you, both relatives and friends. So,
Yes, yes.
ganyan.
Grabe.
At least that's my story when it comes
Woo!
to my family.
Kumpletong-kumpleto 'no. Ang sarap nun na there's a family, your wife 'no, and the community, friends 'no, talagang sinusuportahan ka because, again ang bigat na ng mga nangyari sa paligid. 'Di ba at least alam mo na may mga tao na pupuwede kang mapuntahan or tao that are believing in you 'no. And siguro dahil nabanggit mo na rin yung mga challenges, I'm sure marami, Kirby, binanggit mo 'yan. Pero meron ka bang top 3 na ayan, maaring pre-pandemic or during the pandemic, ito yung pinagdaanan mong challenges and then how were you able to bounce back and possibly lessons that you've learned there?
Yeah, the biggest probably hurdle that I went through in my journey was when I thought I was already succeeding, like at the top of my game. Biruin mo, JC, na I was able to go to Australia through Couples for Christ and actually promote my book there. And
Hmm.
even to Guam, no? Nagiging international na, parang feeling ko may international book tour. But of course, I was on mission for Couples for Christ. And I gave the book as one of the teachings also, no? So, I felt like, wow, ito na, no? Ito na yun,
Hmm.
nangyayari
Yes.
na. Then my next trip was to be in UAE, na United Arab Emirates, and I have a really good following there as well, especially
Hmm.
sa show ko, no. I see a lot of them really resonating yung mga message ko with the people there, no. So I was so excited. That was March 2020.
Hmm.
At yun, no, alam naman natin what happened in March 2020. The quarantines happened, the lockdowns, and all the trips got canceled. Not only was my trip canceled, all my business dealings nag-cancel sila. All my
Hmm.
uh, team buildings, trainings,
Yes.
corporate talks na nakalatag na for the rest of the year.
Grabe.
You feel good about it kasi, uy,
Mm.
book na. Parang meron ng mga kliyente for the rest of the couple of months. No? So you
Mm.
feel good. Then, the pandemic really just destroyed everything. So doon naman ako, parang sabi ko, Lord, balik ba ako sa square one? What will I do?
Oh.
Ayun pala, all those experiences that I had in the past equipped me for that. Hinanda ako ni Lord for that. No,
Kirby, before
yung
you continue, I remember this, brother. Nag-uusap pa tayo, no? We had our coffee, and then you were
yes.
sharing that this is where you're gonna have your event. Tapos,
Yes.
di ba? Naalala ko yan.
Na-cancel din 'yun, 'di ba? So, yeah, for everyone's knowledge, JC and I met like 2 3 3 days before the lockdown happened.
Grabe.
And I had to cancel a venue that was actually reserved na, binayaran ko na. Hindi ko na
Hmm.
nakuha yung down payment ko doon. Pero, so, there, no, I felt like God was preparing me for that because of my previous experience nung kinento ko sa inyo. So I
Hmm.
was emotionally, kumbaga, prepared, and I know that God will somehow find a way for me, a better way. I always feel like if there's a setback, it's a setup, no? So merong something
Ganda.
better. So nung ginawa ko, instead na magtotokla ako twice a month, three times a month because of clients, I went online, nag-live na ako Monday to Friday. Now I'm doing
Grabe.
it TTH, no, TTH. Pero nga dati, I did it for like maybe a good whole year, one whole year, JC.
Grabe. Yes.
Monday to Friday, nagtotalk lang ako for 30 minutes inviting guests like what you're doing right now. So, yeah, no? Then it started, no? I discovered patreon.com. It's
Mhm.
one way to monetize your passions. And guess who taught me patreon.com? It's Brother Bo Sanchez who taught me that. Now, when we had coffee
Hmm.
one time, I was a first-time author. Sabi niya, subukan mo mag-patreon.com. Okay.
Hmm.
When someone coaches you, you just have to obey. And later you will realize why that person gave you that advice. So I just followed it. And people supported the show. No, parang nagkaroon ako ng sponsors for the show, and that
Galing.
that really sustained my family, and it was a recurring income. Imagine, I was going live, I still am going live, and people actually believe in what you're saying, and they're putting in money to sustain you every month. So marami doon, mga more than a year na nagsusupport sa The Fired Up Life.
Wow.
So I was so happy, no, because I was at the same time providing value, even promoting my books and courses and products and even coffee, no. Meron din akong Fired Up Coffee na kung anong maisip ko, JC, na dahil sa pandemya, because of that crisis,
Yes.
lumalabas yung galing mo. No,
Hmm.
there's a way that a crisis can bring out the best in us. Things
Hmm.
that you never knew you had, no? Akala ko hindi ako magaling sa e-commerce, for example. No, but every day I just, find myself going to the gate and giving it to Go Express. So, yung mga ganung bagay, JC, na
And your
God,
books now, not just here in
yeah.
the Philippines, but it's now being shipped, in other parts of the world. Grabe.
Yes, North Carolina was my last shipping. They ordered a whole box of it, 40 books.
Oh my.
And dati, JC, nung wala pang pandemya, it was actually
Hmm.
easier because you gave a talk live, no, to a face-to-face. Then sa likod, nagbebenta na ng libro, no? No, no, that was the only model that I knew. But yun
Hmm.
pala, pwede kang mag-Zoom, then you can offer your book. And surprisingly, yung unang libro ko, sa Pinas lang talaga din halos lahat na
Mm.
distribute. Etong second book ko, grabe. Like, many of my sales, well, most of my sales galing sa labas.
Wow.
Yeah, so,
Parang mapapasana all ka na lang.
I mean, these are unexpected things. Things you will
Hmm.
only find out if you actually execute, if you actually take
Yan.
action. Hindi lahat malalaman natin just by planning something on paper. 80% of the things will be discovered when you do it. And that is the hardest part, getting yourself to do it. 'Di ba?
Hmm.
Madali
Mm.
lang mag-drawing, pero
Yes.
to have, hindi nga lang discipline but to really have that routine of just showing up for work, just showing up for your target market, just showing up for the
Hmm.
people whom you are serving, and there will be a reward that is prepared for you with that consistency. Kasi nag-ano yan,
Woo!
nagbi-build up yan nagpapatong-patong yan over time, no? Some people buy the book immediately or buy the course immediately. Yung iba, after 6 months pa. Pero I keep showing up in their emails. I keep showing up in their
Galing.
consistently, and I keep showing up through stories, and they get reminded. And when they get reminded and they feel that a certain message that resonated with them, then they support you. They promote
Hmm.
your products even. No? So, yan, dun ako na-excite. Dun ako na-excite.
Wow, so beautiful. Meron akong last question, and then we'll wrap up itong ating conversation. So good, no? We can just talk on and on. Pero maganda raw na mabitin so that they can have more, no? And look forward, no, to connecting with us. And siguro, Kirby, uh, may mga plinano ka ng pre-pandemic, but nagkaroon ng pandemic and sabi mo nga parang, wow, these are really blessings and then mas maraming opportunity. Kung bibigyan ng pagkakataon na pagbalik tayo na hindi nagkaroon ng pandemic, would you still continue that na walang pandemic? Or mas okay ka na may pandemic ngayon?
Definitely, I wouldn't say that the pandemic is a blessing. I would never say that because
Mm.
a lot of people died and suffered. No,
Mm.
if I had my way, sana katulad ng dati. No, none of my
Yes.
friends died and suffered. And I wished it went on and on. No, yung ganung trend in my journey. No,
Mm.
but
Mm.
uh, that's why I had to that come to that point that I had to accept. Eto JC, yung
Yun.
pinakamahirap yung acceptance. Kasi when something bad happens to us, the denial stage can be really really long. No, yung
Mm.
maybe blaming pa nga no.
Mm.
Pero when you start to see that there are things that are not in your control. Hindi ko kasalanan may pandemya,
Mm.
no? And I don't blame God for that,
Yes.
no? So, ayan, no, I just accepted that this is the situation now. We've lost opportunities that were there. Time to build something new. Time to move forward. Time to explore. Ayan. No? So, uh,
Ha.
that's the thing. No? So, a lot of people still haven't gotten over the March 2020
Yes.
happenings and still say that, okay, dahil sa pandemic, and this is what my life has become because of parang pandemic pa rin ang biniblame. But hey guys, like, this is really now our world. This is our reality.
Mm.
And don't set your plans on the day na mawala na yung pandemic, no? Just adapt,
Yeah.
no? Adapt na lang, no? Adapt to it and even find opportunity with it. Kasi yung crisis, no? There are two words in the Chinese language for
Mm.
crisis: danger and opportunity. No, so dalawang characters yan. No, so isang character danger and isang character opportunity. And yes, it's dangerous, but there's also like there's also opportunity there. Like for example, in my case, nangyari na tuloy yung gusto ko talagang pangarap. Stay at home, do your business online,
Mhm.
be with your family. Yun yung gusto ko kasi nung
Yes.
bumabiyahe pa ako, I was away from my family, 'di ba? 'Pag
Yes.
nagbibigay ako ng talk, ngayon nagbibigay ako ng session dito, with you, nandiyan yung pamilya ko sa labas nakaabang lang sa akin, 'no? Magba-bonding ulit kami, 'no?
Yes.
So, yes, definitely this is a blessing for I mean, the pandemic's not a blessing. My situation now, from difficulty, it can turn into a blessing.
Yes, yes. And it's also how you reframe, no? The way you look at the situation. And of course, we feel for all those people who have been affected by this, no? They've lost loved ones, no? Trabaho. And definitely, ito at least this conversation, we are hoping, no? Kirby, that someone somewhere out there, after they catch the episode, yep, sabi mo nga, it's time to build something new as well. And yun, you just have to accept and trust that may magandang plano, may malaking plano ang Diyos para sa atin. I love this conversation. Given a chance, no? We want to continue. Pero, Kirby, what are your final thoughts? Most especially for people na, ayan, una, baka hindi pa nila alam kung anong passion nila. Tapos kung meron naman silang passion, hindi nila ma-monetize, no? What will be your encouragement for them?
Yeah, I want to leave you with three things quickly lang. No, first is when you want to monetize your passion, it has to be audience driven. Audience driven. Okay, you have your passion, but think about the people you're serving. Always think about the who you want to help, because business is about helping people. And if you're helping your audience, then definitely your passion can be turned into something profitable. Second is has to be service driven. No? Service magsilbi, no? Just like how Jesus taught us, no? To serve the lost, the least, and the last. No? So, sino yung nangangailangan ng tulong mo? Since you've identified your audience already, pagsilbihan natin the best that we can. No? Go out of your way, reply immediately. No, pag may troubleshooting, be there in the forefront. Huwag nang don't delay. No, so it has to be service driven and be happy serving your customers, your clients. And for me, lastly, it has to be mission driven. No, parte na ng mission mo to. Whether that mission is the business itself or the mission is to actually help your family or build your family's income, that it can be a mission also. So for me, I'd like to leave them with those three things. Kasi yun yung mga, for me, my best lessons. Audience driven, service driven, and mission driven. So that's it for
Ah,
me.
thank you. Thank you, Kirby. Thank you for sharing the fire. I needed this conversation, and I hope no those people who are able to catch this episode, they're fired up, definitely. Fired up, most especially of the things that they're passionate about. And yes, no, the opportunity also to monetize it, and hindi lang siya money making but it's really meaning making. And in this
Mhm.
case, no, at the end of the day, yung paring iniisip mo hindi lang sarili mo pero yung ibang tao. And thank you, Kirby, because sabi mo nga, no, after this conversation, you'll go back to your family, and that's something that I'll remind myself, no, that yes, I may be passionate about things, I may be, working on how to I become profitable, pero if I become a failure in my own family, those people that I love, then baliwala lahat. No? So thank you for reminding me about that. No? And again, so blessed, brother. I pray that you will continue to spread the fire. No, that doesn't come from you, but comes from our God. No? Thank you so much, everyone who was able to catch this episode, and so blessed, and definitely this is something that is worth sharing. Maraming
Thanks for
maraming
having
salamat.
me here, JC. Thanks for having me here.
Yay! Thank you, Kirby Llaban! Tuloy natin ang laban. Maraming
Yes.
salamat. Yay! Brother, maraming salamat. And at this moment, ang daming mga comments, no? And I'm just so blessed, no? But I believe I want people to remember that you have a special gift for them. Go ahead, Kirby.
Yeah,
Ayan.
go to www.firedupcourses.com/firedupmindset. You know, this course is my standard talk when I'm invited to give talk about the Fired Up life. So I recorded it over the pandemic season kasi alam ko na this will help a lot of people overcome their doubts and see the great potential that God has instilled in them. So go ahead, just go to that. No, just click it, or maybe you can type it or screenshot this recording. And again, it's www.firedupcourses.com/fired up mindset.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Kirby. I want to end with a prayer, if it's okay. Can we just pray as well, no? And bless, no, our special guest, si Kirby. So put both of your hands, rub it together. I got this from Kung Fu Panda. And just extend your hands, no? As we bless Kirby as well, Michelle and the whole family, even the whole of Fired Up movement, Fired Up University, the people that Kirby is also looking after. Maraming sa Panginoon, no, for this episode. We were reminded to be fired up again. And salamat, Panginoon, sa inyo for giving us the gift of Kirby Llaban. And I pray that he'll be able to continue to help many people spread the fire, no? Spread the love, and mission-driven, service-driven, focus on helping people and blessing people. Kung may mga lambing at prayers po si Kirby, we lift them up to you. This is our prayer, and we also pray for all of our um, people who join us on live, on Team Replay, sa lahat ng mga Inspirepreneurs out there. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you, Kirby. High five
Thank
to you,
you.
brother. Nagpapasalamat sa ilang lahat. Ayan, so blessed to be here. Thank you so much. Ayan, sabi ni Michelle, this interview is blazing to fired up speakers and passionate family men. Amen. Ayan, may mga shoutouts pa. Taking down notes si Jen. And then we also have more people who are just being ayan, blessed. No? So if you found value on this, no, please do check out no Kirby once again sa kanyang free mindset course, and at the same time check out his Facebook page as well. And definitely mabibless pa po kayo. Maraming salamat. Thank you, Kirby. Thank you, everyone. If you're blessed by this, tag your friends and be a blessing. God bless everyone. Thank you.
Bye.